I decided to use a professional crew to help me on the tiling. Here they are, hard at work. But as it turned out, I had to knock out half a dozen of the tiles, redo it myself, but they certainly helped me get most of them down. And by the time I'd finished, it wasn't a bad job. So we painted it, we got the tile floor in, everything went really well. Now we're getting the old baseboards in. With the old nail gun, pre-cut, ready to go. See you on the flip side. Okay, well, we're getting this unit fitted now, and we've run into a couple of little snags. First off, it fitted really nicely into the walls, so we've got 4 anchor points down here. And what really made this easy is the fact that we didn't just buy 2 legs, we bought 4 legs. And having those 4 legs is something I certainly recommend, because it made the whole process so much easier to get this level. And this has to be absolutely level, both laterally, on both axes, left and right and from side to side. Otherwise, the sink unit, the vanity unit in itself is going to be uneven and it could crack or wobble. So having those 4 legs made this process so much easier. These legs are actually adjustable. These slide up. You can see we've got adjustable feet there. So when you have those all covers, really ingenious. It makes it look so nice. And with the 4 feet, front and the back, which are easy just to screw on. You buy these separately. They're about 13 bucks a piece in IKEA. Having the 4 there made it real easy to level this completely level on both axes before installation. However, the problem I've now come across is the overflow. Now this is the overflow pipe, the exit pipe, and it goes in the back of the sink about here. Okay? It's right here in the middle, and it sits up about here. Now you've got to connect this outlet with either this one or this one. These of course have blanks inside, and you're going to knock out whichever blank you're going to be using. But here's the problem. It comes with this little U-piece here. Hey guys, I thought I'd mention to you one little, what I think is a design flaw here. I do love this IKEA unit. It's flat packed. It's like 2/3 of the price. This whole unit was it was $419, including the vanity top, which looks really good. Had to buy the faucet extra, of course. But the one thing that they didn't think about was the waste overflow. Now the waste overflow goes from here, and they even include this super little tool that you put in order to help screw this fitting in to the receiving unit at the back to make the joint, which is kind of really cool. But if you can see underneath here, there's the waste overflow fitting, and it has to come down and it has to go into a blank here. Now you can see that this is actually an angle to the wall because the drawers come here, so you've got very limited clearance. These have to make sure that the drawers stop before hitting the waste overflow. And of course you can see that in the instructions. Here it is. You can see what an angle that is, and indeed you can see it down here. And they give you this U-shaped waste tube here, which is this black tube here. But this blank, which you're cutting out, is obviously at an angle to the wall, and in fact, it's not opposite the wall, it's opposite the back pad. So there's literally about a ½ inch between the end of the blank. So I had to come up with some kind of ingenious option here, because frankly I couldn't get this U-shaped piece to come down here and angle in here. It was popping off all the time. So what would have been, now this is probably not a great solution, I'm going to cover this up. This is simply a 1-inch brass fitting, and I was able to cut the U-shape here, cut this U-shaped piece of tube here, and this U here gave me that 45-degree angle, which I reversed, and then I put into the blank fitting here. So that does have a 45-degree angle because I cut this off, and I then turned it around and I joined the 2 end fittings, the 2 ends of the tubes here with a brass fitting. Obviously there's plenty of Gorilla Glue in there, and I'm going to be covering that with Gorilla Tape. Anyway, it doesn't look particularly good, but it should be functional. There's no pressure, obviously, because it's only a waste overflow. But what would have been so easy is if they'd taken this fitting here and just put an extra, because all of this, by the way, comes with the kit. All of this plumbing is their plumbing, and it comes with the sink. This is custom designed for that. But if they put a blank here, a vertical blank up here, instead of 2 blanks there and for some reason extra third blank on the top, if they just put a vertical blank here, you could have dropped it straight down and into the blank here with a straight piece of tube. So we've actually got a weakness in the system that could easily have been bypassed coming down here with a nice blank, and that would have given us a nice little straight flow. So if anyone from IKEA watches this, you may want to rethink this waste overflow, because frankly this is the worst design flaw that I've ever seen. But other than that, the unit itself, everything else is beautiful. It's beautifully made. The connection process is very simple. Goes right into the walls. These soft close drawer units are really good, and the whole system's awesome. Going to mention, this is the faucet, which again I got from IKEA, and I'm going to turn the water on. Really nice looking simple unit. It overhangs nicely, it's not too high, and one thing I really like about this is it goes down, it's a simple connection, goes down, and it's secured with a pair of half moon anchors, and those half moon anchors come with their own screwdriver. This screwdriver takes the securing nut, you put it up over the half moon anchor with a long threaded bolt in there that secures everything, and then you can turn this nicely. So this is really good design down here, because trying to secure the anchors, I don't know if you could see it up there with that, that's where the half moon anchors are, and the securing nut, and this is the tool that they include with the kit, so that you can just screw it on nicely all the way out, get it nice and tight. We've even got a couple of holes here so you can get a bit of leverage and to turn that round. So I put a little bit of silicone down here, of course. Overall, really pleased about the whole thing, and just going to put the drawers back.